Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with Measels or Pox by Wuschel. So this continues our ambiguity theme week where there's some sort of ambiguity, not in the rules themselves, but on the grid. So we're never going to make ambiguous rules. That's not going to happen. The rules are very clear, but as part of the rules, we have to discover something about what applies where. All right, so let's go over the rules to this one. We have normal 6x6 Sudoku rules, so in each row, each column, and each 2x3 box, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. We also have two different kinds of colored dots. We have these sort of purpley dots and these green dots. One colored dot represents XV sums, and the other represents ratio pairs. Which color is XV sums and which is ratio pairs has to be deduced by the solver. And not all the dots are necessarily given, which just means we could have two numbers that could have satisfied a dot and there isn't a dot, and that's perfectly fine. We just clarify that because sometimes these rules naturally include that negative constraint, but that is not the case in this puzzle. All right, so XV sums, let's just pick this pair here. Digits separated by a dot would sum to 5 or to 10. So we're kind of combining X and V into a single dot here. And the reason for that is V and X are 5 and 10 Roman numerals. So explaining that is more important when they're actually showing up as X's and V's. But so for example, if this was 2, 3, that sums to 5, that would satisfy the XV sum, or we could do 4, 6, which satisfies the sum to 10. If we had 1, 2, that sums to 3, that would not satisfy our XV sum. We also have ratio pairs, so this dot might be a ratio pair instead. Digits separated by a dot have a 1 to 2 ratio, meaning one's exactly double the other. So if this was 2, this could be 1, because 2 is double 1, or it could be 4, because 4 is double 2. So the order doesn't matter, just one's double the other. So we don't know if the green dot or the blue dot is, or I don't know if I'm going to call that blue or purple. The green dot or the purple dot is which is which, but one of them, all the purple dots are either all XVs or they're all ratios, and then the green dot is the other one. All right, that's it. Those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself, and I'm going to get started right now. Okay. I'm starting with this chain here. We actually have two chains, which is interesting. So both chains need to be possible. Now for ratio pairs, the chain is a bit more clear. We start with 1, then we go to 2, then 4, or the other way around, right? But the middle would be a 2, and then surrounded by a 1, 4. That's the only way to do it. Think about what, we're always going to have, in the set of 3, we're always going to have a lowest digit, right? One of the digits, because we can't repeat, so one of the digits will be the lowest digit. If the lowest, and it's going to be on the end. And if the lowest digit is a 1, we go 1, 2, 4. If the lowest digit were a 2, we'd have to go 2, 4, 8, and there actually isn't an 8 in the puzzle. So 1, 2, 4 is the only way to do it. So there's either a 2 here or a 2 here. Now for the XV sums, that's interesting because we can't do 2 sums to 5, right? If we do 2, 3 to sum to 5, this would also have to be a 2, and that would repeat the 2. Because they're all in the same row or column, we can't do that. And 1, 4, 1 would have the same issue, but what we can do is have 1 sum to 5 and 1 sum to 6, or sorry, to 10, not 5, 6. 1 sums to 5, 1 sums to 10. And the way I can think to do that is 3, 2, no, sorry, would be 1, 4, 6. So the middle would be a 4. So I think the only way that this is going to work, because I'm thinking about this cell here. This cell here is the middle of a range, meaning it's a 2 or a 4. And this is also the middle of a range, meaning it's 2 or 4. But if it was a 2, 2 can't start a chain this way for the ratio, and it can't start a chain this way for the XV. So it has to be the 4, and then that's the 2, and then we go to 1, and then 4 is surrounded by a 1, 6 pair. Very nice. So now we know that the purple is ratio, and the green is our XV. So this is a ratio that doesn't involve 1, so it could be 2, 4, or 3, 6, I suppose. And then this is an XV. This is an XV, but it doesn't have a 2. Sorry, jeez, getting beard hair in my mouth. And you didn't need to know that. Anyway, we have the we could be 1, 4 adding to 5, or we could be 4, 6 adding to 10, and that's it. We can't do 2, 3. So it always has a 4 in it, which means this can't have a 4 in it. So it is not actually the 2, 4. So it has to be 3, 6, meaning this can't have a 6 in it. All right, and so now the 2 gets placed in the box, and then this is the 5. Okay, so this is a ratio. It can't be 3, 6 because it would break this ratio, break that cell. And so it has to be from 1, 2, 4, and it definitely has a 2 in it. Now from here, the 1 would go with 4 only. The 2 would go with 3 only. The 4 could go with 1 or 6. That's not super exciting. Is there more I can do like up here? Like this is 4, 5, I guess. And then down here is 3, 6. So this column, we need 3, 5, 6. This can't be a 6. So if the 6 is in one of these two, this cannot be a 6. So these add to 5, I guess. So this is 1, 4, 6, meaning this is 2, 3, 5. And so this is 1, 4, 6. This can't be the 2. This is a ratio dot, so this has to be the 2. Remember, one of them had to be a 2. That makes that 3, 5, and 2. That makes that 6 and 3. And this is 1, 4, 6 as well. This is 1 or 4. So that's on a green dot, so we have to be a 1, 4 pair. I guess technically this could be a 6 as well. We could do 4, 6. So that might be it. That gives us a 1, 4, 6 triple. Basically 5 in this column goes here. I guess something important to note is 5 can't go on any dot. You can't half it or double it, and it can't be involved in a sum to 5 or 10. So 5s don't go on dots. Maybe was an insight we could have done a while ago, but here we are. So 1, 3, 4, 6. 1, 3, 4, 6. Oh, 2 here. That means this has to be 3. Like it's just 6 and 5. Okay, that just missed that for a while. That's 1. That's 3. We get the 6 here. These aren't 3s. This is 1, 4. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4 triple here. So the remaining digits are 3, 6. So this is our 3. This is our 6. 6 has to go with 4. And that should resolve everything. We get a 3 in the corner celebrating over there. 2, 5, 1, 4, 2, 5, 4. All right. Very nice. Neat puzzle, Wuschel. I enjoyed that quite a bit. I liked how we resolved the dots right away by looking at this. Like we didn't have to like deal with the ambiguity for too long. But it's a nice little idea to combine the chains. I was going to say that the chain is barely possible with XV, and I had only seen this chain, and then I saw both chains. I was like, oh, okay, so we do need to do that barely possible 1, 4, 6. And then this being the start of a chain meant it couldn't be the 2. That was neat. And then the rest solved very nicely. Cool. Well, I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, then why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.